happening, everybody? Welcome. We are live going into the NBA trade deadline, man. Possibly one of the biggest conversations before the playoffs. We understand some midseason adjustments are always the most exciting part of the NBA season. So we're going to be going further into it. And the team that's been most active might surprise you, ladies and gentlemen. It's either the New York Knicks, Philadelphia 76ers, and the Detroit Pistons. Yes, the Detroit Pistons, the team that's been with the longest losing streak in possibly NBA history at this point. We understand there's been some team adjustments instead of coaching adjustments, if you guys have seen them play. So, yeah, the NBA deadline is just hours away from being done, closely being done. So if I were you, I would look up what's going on, or pull up live over to the stream. Uh, we'll be going over what's going on with the New York Knicks, what's going on right now. I'll have it live right there. I'll put it live over on the score if you guys need to see in detail what's going on, and we'll possibly have further information, and I'll update the screen as soon as I get further information. What's going on? Because the deadline is nearly at time. And Buddy Heald is a New York Knick, but let me hit you with the headline. What's going on? Alec Burk has returned to the New York Knicks. He returned where it did not all started, but where we remember him the most. Alec Burk has been recently traded for Quentin Grimes from the Detroit Pistons and Bojan Bogdanovic. Also, Ryan Abaccio and Malachi Flynn was able to compensate for cap reasons. So, and as 2 second-round picks for actual efficient scores on the secondary unit for the New York Knicks. Let me give you further detail. I'll pull it up live on the screen. So that's the trade. If I can make it bigger, that would be very helpful. Yeah. So we got Quentin Grimes, and if we check out the true shooting from Bojan Bogdanovic, even though the Pistons have been abhorrent, they've still been able to keep it consistent. God, how many for a fine? It's freaking it's $2,000. Oh, dude, y'all bugging, bro. So Alec Burke, but here's the thing: Quentin Grimes is a younger player, but it's the same reason why we got rid of R.J. Barrett. You can't have inefficiency like that for over a couple of years and not be good at one side of the ball. Bogdanovic is good at shot selection. He has efficient 41% out of Quentin Grimes 35%. I had to check on a different tab. Uh, yeah, 35% for free is Quentin Grimes, bro. That inefficiency can't be good if you can only backdoor cut. You can't help on the defensive side of the ball. He gets too clogged up, and possibly a new change of scenery for Quentin Grimes should be necessary at this point. If you can't coach him how to play better, you got to put him somewhere else where possibly he'd get more playing time at least, so he can develop more of a game. And Bojan Bogdanovic has been in conversations, as well as Bogdan Bogdanovic, for their great shot selection, their efficiency from behind the arc, their help on defense, and their experience. And plus, European forwards that are more all around rotation players are kind of been the thing for decades now. So if a 25-year-old can't do it, get a Euro that can. That's been the logic that's been happening. Also, Alec Burke has returned. He's also had some good moments for the Detroit Pistons. I think he also had a closeout game where he had like 3 game-winning shots, 3 massive game-winning shots with against the Washington Wizards. Washington Wizards also been on the trade block. Marvin Bagley was one of the players that had to go after not having a good stint on his previous team for the Detroit Pistons. So goddamn, Daniel Gafford got traded for Raquan Holmes. Yeah, Raquan Holmes was not getting some flashy minutes. He was not getting good enough minutes, and he was not starting majority games. They were starting Derek Lively. That's been, no pun intended, actually lively on the forward position, but obviously a liability on the defensive. He's good playmaking, but you get a good shot selector, good off the pick and roll, and Gafford could score up the post. So Gafford is I feel like a B plus signing for the Dallas Mavericks. Gordon Hayward. Gordon Hayward was in purgatory on the Charlotte Hornets squad, thinking that they can build over a short contending playoff team with LaMelo Ball. That experiment failed. Now Gordon Hayward's like what, a couple of years older, out of his prime, inefficient, uh, basically just forward fodder. Be up for the secondary unit for a young but promising Thunder squad. Trey Mann, I was not expecting him to go. I know there's been guards above him that was taking over minutes. Davis Bertans was cap waste minutes. He hasn't been effective since he was on the Wizards. Basically trade fodder at this point for cap reasons. Hornets get rid of it, an expiring waste of a contract for Trey Mann, especially over their guard position. I feel like that it was a necessary win, especially when your cheaper player is the best one out of the trade. Out of Trey Mann, Davis Bertans gonna waste on that goddamn Hornets bench. Freaking bunch of G leaguers. Daniel House Jr. for a second round pick to the Detroit Pistons, bro. Daniel House Jr. He was just favored all because he was former teammates with Harden. Since Harden was traded away over to the Clippers, I think the Clippers are now top seed in the Western Conference, while the Sixers are staggering over like third or fourth best in the Eastern Conference. Since that, their depth has been expiring contract, veteran deals, just to hash out Harden's trade requirements. The only person that snuck with him that was useless, that was good for draft cap, was PJ Tucker. So we don't know what the Sixers got in return for the Daniel House deal, but at least we know who they had for the Buddy Hield deal with the Indiana Pacers. Yeah, Buddy Hield, after a bunch of younger, better players. Plus, he's been in trade talks to possibly go to the Los Angeles Lakers or any playoff contending team over his expiring deal with 18 million. Marcus Morris 16 million. Jesus Christ! And Furkan Korkmaz, unless somebody's injured, he never plays. So you get some veteranship on the forward position. Yes, I expect Marcus Morris to start over Korkmaz. Just look at the contract difference. Buddy Hield is possibly going to be very effective around the secondary unit for the Philadelphia 76ers. I feel like the Sixers should have gotten a facilitating guard, not Mike Conley. I don't feel like Mike Conley is going to be good for that team. Something makes me surprised that Mike Conley has not been traded over to the Milwaukee Bucks, because we know how Doc Rivers likes his veteran players. Shake Milton and Troy Brown Jr. from the Detroit Pistons goes for Monty Morris. Monty Morris has been staggering around the second half trade talk. He's been so up and down off his minutes, and Minnesota's been itching for a potential starting guard to take over the reins for Mike Conley. I don't know much about Monty Morris, respectfully. I don't think he's been proven to be an exceptional guard. He's only a few years younger than Mike Conley. He doesn't seem to have an IQ, and he's staggered off minutes on the freaking Pistons, bro. Last thing he got of any note was a technical foul against the Denver Nuggets in the playoff game. He's only started only 6 games. He's 18% from the 3. His field goal percentage is terrible. There is no way he's worth any talk for trades when Tyus Jones could be available for trade talks. Tyus Jones back in Minnesota should have been the move. He's a more efficient guard. He's a bit undersized. He's good off shot select. There's some efficient players on the Wizards. So I don't know why you got Monty Morris, Denver depth, waste of depth. He's only his 6th season. He's already 28. Waste of a trade. All Pistons are getting is just canceling fodder, no potential. garbage redemption seasons like Malachi Flynn and Quentin Grimes. The only thing that the Pistons did win in this is get younger and worse. When literally Bojan Bogdanovic was one of the reasons why their games were competitive in the first place. The Knicks stacked up in veteranship, depth, and scoring potential with a bit of assist on defense. Got rid of Arachiano's contract. Thank God. Quentin Grimes has been inefficient, and we had to pay him for selling us off his dumbass summer workouts. All love to him, man. I'm not trying to push any hate, but he sold after literally winning his starting position around the playoffs, and then he just shit the bed to just shoot worse, not do anything else on the defensive side of the ball, and not even be good at backdoor cuts. Like Quentin Grimes obviously needs to be better, but he is now in a situation where you're now with head coach that didn't even win a championship and not even good with youth players. God bless anybody that's on the Pistons. And sadly, I feel like he's gonna start in the picture, in the Pistons, or else he might have the Kevin Knox effect. No offense. And respectfully, I think the better trades in this gotta go over to Kelly Olynyk. That's a veteran forward. He's 41% from the field. He's efficient from the inside in the paint. Good on still help defense. He's only 32. He's been nearly effective on any other contending team. Otto Porter Jr. was off an expiring deal. He's been injury riddled, inefficient, and just dying over in the bench. Why keep him as capital waste? The Knicks still got fucking Evan Fournier and Otto Porter Jr. still getting paid. That makes no sense to me. I was expecting a more exciting secondary guard, at least somebody that's been at least hooping for the Minnesota Timberwolves. I'm shocked I haven't seen the Los Angeles Lakers uh get a premier trade yet. And Gordon Hayward, this deadline made me just confirm that Gordon Hayward was still alive. No offense. No offense. I love I respect Gordon Hayward. I really wished he came up to be an all NBA player for the long run. But he's only had one All-Star appearance in his entire career if it wasn't for his season-ending injury after breaking his ankle back in the season opener in the 2018-19 season. I remember that because I was excited to watch opening game because I wanted to see Kyrie Irving prove the fans wrong and prove that he can be a top player. Obviously, that doesn't happen. Kyrie is more of a complimentary piece. We know that. I think fans knew that, but they were just excited because people are excited to see hoopers like Kyrie play. There's nothing against Kyrie, but that's just how it is. Gordon Hayward was supposed to be that third or secondary option to be that combo season because Gordon Hayward, a season prior, he was a baller over in Utah that got himself his first All-Star select, came off training over with Kobe Bryant. Obviously, he had the star potential. He was good off his mid-range, good shot selection from behind the arc, decent on defense, and he's efficient. And he has the size for that. So you can complement that with Kyrie's undersizedness and complement that up the wing. And plus, the Celtics made the conference finals the season prior. So why not? Sadly, the only best player that came out of the Celtics season was Jason Tatum. And no offense to Jason Tatum, I feel like he's an A player, like the perfect example of an A player. He's not an A plus player. He's not an S class player. We still don't know if we can compromise him being a franchise player the way he plays. Because sometimes he can have a season great performance like that Game 7 he had against the Sixers, or where he could just average around 28 points per game, but it feels like he's never the reason why the Sixers win. It's the Sixers just being a good team why the Sixers win. It's not because of purely him. The Celtics. So that's my opinion on the matter, but I feel like this is an A trade. But yeah, Quentin Grimes. We still have around a few more minutes before we get to the end of the deadline. It's supposed to start 1 p.m. or something. Or 3 p.m. Oh, I think there was also a new statue created for Kobe Bryant recently. God bless the legend. And I think, oh, I think today was the passing. Today was the anniversary of the passing of Kobe Bryant. Yeah, that's something that I want to forget. No, no cap. I'm sorry. I don't want to remember that time because that caught me off guard, bro. I was like playing Call of Duty or something, or watching a video, and then my brother just surprised me with the freaking news that Kobe Bryant just passed away due to a helicopter incident. Uh, yeah, it just completely caught left. You'd think that would be the last thing you want to hear. You think I'm sure a lot of NBA fans or people in general hearing that in like the last minute just felt like it was some type of dark joke you're trying to tell somebody, but no. Yeah, it sucks. Obviously, I've never seen him play live, but major impact for a bunch of NBA players currently in the league. Like that's everybody. Now that's every top player's Michael Jordan in their opinion. See Devin Booker inspired by him. Of course, fucking Jason Tatum DM'd the nigga when he wasn't even alive to read it. Yeah, just obviously their influence, their play style. You could see it. So yeah, God bless Kobe Bryant. Rest in peace to his family. I wish I got the Kobe Bryants when they're actually available. I ain't spending fucking $500 on some goddamn Nikes that only I gotta use in a specific area. Like it's always like the dumbest shit to me. But yeah, I get it. I get it. All due respect. And right now they're unveiling a new statue. Yeah, I haven't even seen the statue. What's the statue for Kobe Bryant? I know Dwayne Wade is also getting a statue around next season for the Miami Heat. I'm shocked there hasn't been one sooner after he retired. So I guess they were just trying to retire his jersey. Yeah, but if you guys come over alive, we think it's been the best trade in this scenario. Obviously, Buddy Hield was the most anticipated move coming out of the deadline. Los Angeles Lakers, I'm shocked they haven't been active over in the trade deadline because I think they're in like a surplus of forwards they can trade for certain. I feel like they need to surplus on forwards and some young players. They need to trade away either Tarion Prince. If we look right now on the pay, we gotta look either on the salary rank or the contracts of the Los Angeles Lakers because I think we know they have around two first round picks left on this decade. And the players, in my opinion, that you should keep that could be efficient. LeBron James possibly one. We understand that he's over an expiring deal around next season and possibly heading over to another bigger market team or Cleveland again. Depending on how this Lakers season is looking, Anthony Davis is obviously the predominant player that should be still the number one option. And D'Angelo Russell, he's been literally the most efficient player on the Lakers. I am shocked how he's been in trade rumors, but he's been efficient. People talk shit whenever he goes like 2 for 12, but they don't see his games when he's actually good. And there's been a majority games he drops over 27, but oh my god, D'Lo's trash. Like it just comes over to the pressure of playing with LeBron James. When your rotation players have an off game, that just makes it feel like LeBron James just has no criticism to be had when he's on the floor. And knowing LeBron James is a fucking defensive liability. He's just a playmaking breakaway guy that just pulls up from three. Don't you dare tell me that LeBron James in his current state can lead a team to a championship. You guys are fucking insane. Gabe Vincent needs to go. Gabe Vincent has been in either decisions off the coaching staff not to play him. He's either been injury riddled and he's a waste of cap to just play him over in the second half of the season when he's not even anticipated. Just put him somewhere else at this point. Tarion Prince needs to fucking go. He is like what 30? What efficiency that he's pushed over on the team, brother. Waste of time, bro. He'll get hot, and then there's games where he just feels like he just needs to just chuck it over his open shot. He's pushing 30. He's over an expiring one season deal. He's barely that efficient even when he's on the floor, 38%. He's been a career 37% from the field. Even his shot blocking hasn't been efficient. Motherfucker's best season when he was in Brooklyn. That was his 2019. Other than that, he's been a stagnating garbage time player for the Timberwolves. Don't you dare tell me that Taurean Prince is a glue guy that can stay around the rotation. And Knicks were favored to have the best offseason from last season. They haven't been playing much of Christian Wood. I feel like they shouldn't have got rid of Toscano and Horton Tucker. Gabe Vincent has been an absolute no-show, and Jared Vanderbilt has been stagnant with expiring deals. And then you're telling me you're going to pay Austin Reeves when he's been on and off over the rotation of the bench? And when he's hot, he's just a good secondary player, just secondary team player. It's either trade for a more, just trade for a more competent two guard. Like, you guys take it like you can't get a decent enough former Laker. Like, Jordan Clarkson's available, folks. Jordan Clarkson has played for starting units before. He's a bit on the older side, but he still can hoop. And he's had some decent games with Utah. And you could possibly pull over some draft capital. Just chuck Taurean Prince, Jalen Hood, and Cam Reddish. Hell, Cam Reddish, he would just feel like that's heritage for this Negro to get traded. The only people that you could leave is probably just Max Christie, Christian Wood, because you guys need center depth and youthful center depth. Even though I feel like Christian Wood has been pretty wasteful. Jared Vanderbilt, he's literally one of the better defending forwards on your team. I'm not going to cap on that. And D'Angelo Russell, or I feel like are people that you guys could keep. But you guys do need more depth on the 2 and the 1. Because I think Gabe Vincent was like the biggest waste. And just look at the expiring deal. You have Jared Vanderbilt, the only long-term contract after like you spent like 2 years on Christian Wood, bro. That's like 2.1 million of depth. Dylan Wilder's on the Lakers now. That's crazy. And you still got to pay Carmelo Anthony, Avery Bradley. He's not. Look how many of these brothers are not in the league anymore. Dwight Howard, Dion Waiters, Mason Jones, Avery Bradley, Wayne Ellington, Dion Waiters. These Negroes haven't literally been hooping since the 2020 or 2021 season. That is sad. Going to the Lakers is like tax returns if you're a rotation player. Fuck. That's crazy. That's crazy, people. No offense. I'm gonna refresh up if we still got some trade rumors. I'm shocked Miles Bridges hasn't been rotated out. I feel like he could still be efficient for a playoff contender. Has there been any other favored trade options that you guys feel like should go? We can put it back over to the list. I'm gonna try to refresh if we got something cooking. We still haven't issued what are the Pistons getting in return for Daniel House Jr. knowing he's only 4.2 million, only 4.3 million. They got a second round pick, and it's not even it's obviously not protected. It's second round. Who can you even take off this Pistons roster? Now Bojan is gone. Joe Harris could be, man. He's been absolutely wasted. Wasted rotation player for some massive games he had with the Pistons, and man, he's coming out of just stunted growth, bro. He came from a good catch and shoot 3-and-D player over on the Nets to just now stagnant. He's the Evan Fournier of the Detroit Pistons. Sorry, guys. If anybody watched Joe Harris from the Nets and just say, what is he doing on the Pistons? Nothing. The only people that are probably not going to be touched is Cade Cunningham. People thought he was going to get just explode to the great games. He dropped 28, 42, but not an All-NBA season from Cade Cunningham because he's on the Pistons. And Sir Thompson, that's had a great rookie year. A lot of surplus of great rookies this season, by the way. Sure, they're not in the conversation for Rookie of the Year that are under 7 foot, but they've been very impressive. Mike Muscala, Simeone Fontencino, Marcus Sasser's probably going to get more minutes now due to the surplus of trades in the guard position. Sir Thompson's probably going to start now over Jaden Ivey. I think they play Jaden Ivey at the 5. How tall is Jaden Ivey? And he plays the 2 guard. He's coming out of his sophomore season. He's coming from Purdue. This guy's at least 6'6" or 6'7". Yeah, I don't think they have a definitive 5 other than Isaiah Stewart's. Isaiah Stewart's not that tall to be playing power forward, in my opinion. He's a reasonable wing anchor defender. And as soon as Monte Morris knows that, Monty Williams knows that, he could actually be coaching this team pretty well if he actually changed the positions for fucking once. I swear to God. Sometimes you be seeing like these guys can play, but they just suck. 7 of 43, bro. 7 of 40 goddamn 3. And most of these games have been down the wire. They snapped their 3-game losing streak after beating the Sacramento Kings just last night in a convincing fashion, 112 to 120. And if we went over their franchise high losing streak where they lost 28 straight, you can barely name a deficit that went under 15 points until now. They trailed by 9. They trailed by 7. Trailed by 14. Trailed by 16 since the new team adjustments. And Monty Williams' thing is just a small bullshit when there's no definitive structure in this team. Please explain to me why you're doing this, Monty. I need to understand so I can understand why you're getting $70 million to coach like shit. Please explain. And there's some decent hoopers on this team. Ivy had some good games. Marcus Sasser is a good slasher. Killian Hayes, he got some turnover problems. But look at who they have playing the front court, bruh. James Wiseman doesn't even start. That's a damn shame. 6'8", Isaiah Stewart. He should be the minimum just a tall wing. Not a stocky power forward. Even the way he's built is not meant for the wing position, for the power forward position. He's a 6'8" playmaking wing defender. He can already get to almost any other position. Why you're now pushing over the front court where he's going to be getting destroyed like by taller players, and taller players are better at offense than ever. Just stock him up where he can guard from the guard to the small forward, and I swear the Pistons will be at least a sub-decent team. Hell, they'll probably be up to double digits. Oh, God, Monty Williams, man. If this isn't the definition of...
Oh, my
Like, come on. Garbage. It's good to see Alec Burk in the same category of Taj Gibson, but Alec Burke has actually been useful on the other teams he's been in. Alec Burke had some good. He's a decent catch and shooter up in the wing. Can actually listen. I think he's been coached by Tibbs before, so there wouldn't be that much of an understanding difference. Trying to update along, just in case. If anybody welcome to join in. If anybody's not busy, wouldn't mind if we had some conversations if you're or a follower of any of these teams and would like to get your 2 cents in, just to have a bit of a conversation. Gotta adjust this goddamn mic. Oh man, Quentin Grimes, bro. And I've watched too many Knicks games for me to feel comfortable, because it was the same issue that we had with RJ Barrett. You can drive over to the like. It's got to be a damn bad thing if we had contract guys like we have a max contract over on RJ, and Miles McBride has been more efficient from three than fucking Quentin Grimes. Miles McBride had like what? He went 4 for 4 from behind the arc against above 500 teams. When he catches fire, he catches fire. We already have a premier wing defender that can catch and shoot and play make on a whim and defend, and he listens. Julius Randle has been having a good All-Star season. He'll be back in just a few weeks after All-Star break. Jalen Brunson's been giving all NBA levels of talent, and people saying fucking. I think I heard one person say that Derek White can do the same thing that Jalen Brunson has done for the New York Knicks. He is smoking BBC and a half. Isaiah Hartenstein has took the biggest leap over in the center position, but I still feel like we need a definitive backup. Please not Rashawn Holmes, and whoever thinks, oh, we got Alec Burke and we got Taj Gibson. Why not get Nerlens Noel? Oh, I'll shoot you. Oh, I'll shoot you, bro. No, but I do feel like we need a trade for a center. The Knicks, I feel like we need more secondary help at the center position, and that's where Evan Fournier comes in, because I don't think anybody, even Evan Fournier, knows his usefulness at this point. Just saying. No offense, Evan Fournier. I'm really not trying to make it personal, but we paid you like $70 million. Do nothing. 90 million actually. We paid you 90 million. So you're making 100K per week to just be a glorified mascot. He averages like 30 claps per game, and that's more efficiency than he's done for the Celtics and the Knicks. A waste of a contract. Just be inefficient where he was supposed to be a complimentary piece, because before our playoff runs with Julius Randle was our primary ball handler. And no offense to Julius Randle, he's evolved his game, but Julius Randle was just no fit in play style to be our primary ball handler. No cap. I'm being serious. If you've seen his games, his shot selection has been shoddy. And Julius Randle was like drafted 2014 season, in when Kobe was just stagnating over a sub 500 Lakers squad for those years, when they were just irrelevant at that point. And Randle was still one of those forwards that he can be transcended from the mid-range game. He can play make up the forward position, but he just needs a guard. Now he has that guard, and now he's better at shooting. Now he's better at the breakaway. We have the Mavericks also. I want payback for that triple-double Luka had, and I understand our last meeting went actually pretty good against the Mavericks. No, I'm kidding. We played them like back in January, and they handily kicked our ass. 124 to 128. Mavericks won. And Luka, OG had a decent game, 14 points, 10 points. Julius Randle dropped 32, Brunson had 30, and Kyrie Irving dropped. Tim Hardaway Jr. wanted payback somehow, and Kyrie dropped 44. And this without Luka playing. Yeah, so that's personal. And I'm sure Luka's healthy. I want payback for that, bro. Yeah, but back over to the conversation that that I want to have with Quentin Grimes. Oh, and be a backup center because Hartenstein has taken the best leap of the season, and I'm proud of him. Because I know I have had my thing with, I had my critiques about Isaiah Hartenstein. That even over my playoff streams, I just feel like what's the use for him? He gets into too much foul trouble. He can barely grab rebounds. He's not pushing over second chance points, and it looks like he can barely. Bro had career nights where he can get around 15 rebounds, 13 rebounds, 20 rebounds, 13 points, good efficiency from the line. His foul line shots has gotten way better, and he is good off his shot blocking, bro. Sure, he could still push over in the foul trouble, but that's how defense is happening. It's tough, but that's the NBA. If we look at how Hartenstein played from last season, he's leaped and bounds. And plus, he's a younger forward. He's a younger center than Mitchell Robinson. And we won't even see Mitchell Robinson until the end of the regular season. So he came from having a career high in seasonal starts after hopping around the Rockets, Nuggets, Clippers, Cavs. He's now off his career high leap after being literally a stagnating journeyman in a young career. He's only 25, bro. This is like his fourth team. Now he's played 49 games. Now with starting minutes. Field goal percentage is 61% from a center. 33% from behind the arc, even though we know damn well that's not his strong suit. He's more off the hook shot game. He's over from the post. His foul shot percentage just went up drastically. 1.1 steals per game plus blocks. And he's the reason why we even push over fast break points. Plus our defense is pretty good for an Eastern Conference team. 7.1 points per game. He's been efficient starting shot blocking center. I just feel like we still need a secondary option, or else we gotta sign Taj Gibson back in the 10-day, and I'm not trying to do that, in my opinion. No offense to Taj Gibson, but Taj Gibson's like one of those weirdo uncles, bro. This is like his 14th season, and usually he just checks in for like 5 minutes. How much he checks in now? Because it's like his 12th game, and he doesn't start. He's been playing garbage time minutes, bro. He hasn't been efficient since his last season in New York, and now he's 38. God bless his soul, bro. I'm not gonna hate on Taj. He's played 9.2 minutes per game. It was only 2 seasons ago when he was actually playing decent rotation minutes where he could be a backup center. And now he's up in the power forward role again, being stagnant again. And he came from being sixth man of the year back in Chicago. Yes, he played in Chicago in the Derrick Rose era. Won 2 six man of the years. To now, no, I think he won 3. He came from being an efficient rotation piece, a decent defensive anchor, and he can be there for veteranship. And now he's just there. And I feel like in any team, especially in an NBA team, depth should be a priority. Everybody should be coming off their seat so they can contribute in some way. Unless you're a Udonis Haslem, that you're just there for the spiritual presence. Oh my goodness. But yeah, Taj Gibson, I feel like shouldn't be there. I feel like if that's the case, he should be part of this coaching staff. And there's better centers. I know probably the Miles Turner route cannot be good. Orlando Robinson's a decent enough center. If the Hawks are not going to pay Clint Capella, or we could take over Okonwu. That would be an amazing trade because Okonwu's had some decent seasons. Had some decent starts for the Hawks, and I feel like we could steal that for a backup role or a complementary rotation spot just to reach out of the foul game. Because you at least like this about Tibbs. He's a traditional coach. He doesn't believe in a small ball format, and it works. It's worked. Where we were at least second best, third best in the Eastern Conference. Now it's stagnating where we're back over to fourth best because it's a competitive top seed. The help, bro, the Pacers and Heat, even with their team changes, like drastic team changes. It wasn't that long ago Buddy Hield was a starter. They just traded one of their key guys that helped them make it to the NBA Finals last season out of Kyle Lowry. It's been etched out with injury, and Terry Rozier is now Miami Heat. Chicago are battling back. Orlando has been very competitive. And Milwaukee, even with the flaws that they're having, bro, Doc Rivers needs. Oh, God, Doc Rivers, Jesus Christ. 1 for 4 in this coaching. 1 for 4. I understand there's still over 40 games of basketball to play. 1 for 4? Oh, wow. Oh, man. Watch the Bucks be a 6th seed or 5th seed. Potential contenders become a stagnating fraud show of has-beens unless they are in the trade market, please. Boston should be in the trade market as well. Even though they're top seed, they're only 6 games. They're only 6 games below losing that to the freaking Cavaliers. Yeah, the Cavaliers have been sneakily heading up there for a top seed. Only 6 games below because Bickerstaff actually cares. Donovan Mitchell actually cares. Karis LeVert was doing well. Max Strus has been one of the best deals for a trade up the wing position. Jared Allen and Isaac Okoro still doing their thing, and Tristan Thompson, I heard he got in trouble for some drug usage not that long ago. So even though he's been playing better, shouldn't be getting in trouble like that. That's just me. That's just me. So we've already had like 5 trades happen. Uh, no, did they just swap? What happened? No, that's about it so far. I don't know if I'll go live again for what's going on, because I at least want to go outside for a bit, catch some fresh air, because I really don't like sitting for a long time unless there's something entertaining happening. Valija Visicic. Oh, Valija Micic is now a Hornet? Wait, was he involved in that trade for Gordon Hayward as well? I didn't see his name on the list. Interesting. Wow, he came to the NBA at 30 years old. This is already his second team. Interesting. Wait, no. I think that's just his contract information. Well, it said he came from Chicago, and then he started over in the Hornets. Bro, this are. But I know he was on the Oklahoma City Thunder. Interesting. So showing Valija Micic also went for the deal as well, if showing his name. Yeah, but George's Niange, bro. I remember when he was reportedly talking about his minutes with the Sixers. And Sixers, I feel like their personnel has been quite questionable. Ty Jerome, I did not. Amani Bates. They have a bunch of promising young players. I see I'm only mainly Imani Bates is the most exciting rookie to come out for the Cavaliers. With Donovan Mitchell playing all NBA level, we're seeing a lot of potential with yeah, Darius Garland's back from injury, and still a promising front court, but they need more versatility in the wing position. Even though Okoro is not bad, but it's been overly reliant on Karis LeVert and Donovan Mitchell, carrying them to high scoring potential games. We know the Cavaliers are probably going to be a first round exit. No offense.
Uh,
Oh man, look at this photograph. See any more? Former NBA All Star. Just usually they say former. Oh wow, you see Kyrie Irving's new shoes? Oh wow. Yeah, that's been the talk of the town. Kyrie Irving shoes. Yeah, Anta's been doing a good job. Everybody knows what Anta is. It's like a Chinese brand. I guess a sports brand for basketball. I guess their basketball unit. And Clay Thompson is notable for wearing their shoes. And dynamite. This is how we feel. So possibly the Knicks could trade. Oh man, I would like if we got Evan Mobley. That's probably gonna be a fever dream at this point. Nick Claxton, because the Nets, I was expecting them to do a lot more moves. The Nets, the Warriors, Lakers, possibly the New Orleans Pelicans, Milwaukee Bucks, Boston Celtics, probably the Chicago Bulls because we know Levine's having season-ending surgery, so he'll be out. Atlanta Hawks, Toronto Raptors. I feel like they've done a good enough job because now Mobley's part of a contending team. I want to Chris Boucher the fuck out of the Raptors. Chris Boucher should have left. Jesus Christ, did he come from Congo? Yeah, I think he came from Congo. Otto Porter Jr. was a waste of a contract. Bruce Brown is just rotting. Being a stagnant journeyman when he could be a decent enough rotation piece at in the second unit. I feel like but you know, veteranship is necessary. But he's only in his fifth season in the NBA, bro. Bruce Brown's like 27 years old, so you can still get a decent contending with him. But we know that he's not a starter. I also think I don't know if I want to do baseball, stream baseball next season. I won't be available for tonight to stream the Knicks and Mavericks. That sucks because I do want to see Brunson go off. I know I think he twisted his ankle in his game against the Memphis Grizzlies. Precious Achua had a good game. So did Dante DiVincenzo. I will be available for Friday. Yeah, I will be also available for the Super Bowl. Hell no, 9 to 6 is crazy. It's like 2 8 hour. 2 8 hour shifts don't sound that bad. I possibly won't be available for next. Really wouldn't mind saving up a bit more money though. That's up for me to decide though. Yo, what's going on, Master Splinter? Yo, what the hell? They remind me of my Ninja Turtles. What the Journeyman remind me. Okay, shout out to Master Splinter for that. Oh my gosh, just being negligent off the chat for like 1 second, and I get some BS. Hold on, let me just update this real quick. Gonna update this. Yeah, sadly, I won't be available for the Mavericks and Knicks streams because people got to get paid. Because all I know, we don't need a starting level center, but still somebody at least 6'11" to just try to shot block. Even though Precious Achua already is at the 5, and he's a bit undersized, but he can stack it up on defense. I'm shocked Steven Adams just gets traded like that, bro. I thought he was a decent veteran for the Grizzlies squad. I'd like to take away the Suns' backup center. And OG Anunoby, I think he'll be available for the Mavericks game. He said it's reported he might be healthy. Quentin Grimes is already traded. OG's out with an elbow injury, and Julius Randle, we probably won't see it for another week or two. Yo, these tickets for the freaking. Oh yeah, so Vasily Micic was also involved in the trade for Trey Mann and Davis Bertans. So it's the 3-person trade for one player from the Hornets and a first round pick. That's crazy. You're okay. So they're saying the Super Bowl matchup financially. Super Bowl matchup pairs two teams that have gone down very different financial paths. I think of what Taylor Swift built up 300 something million in revenue for the NFL this season since showing her face. That's crazy. Because we have two big contract teams. Patrick Mahomes already is like making like 500 million over the next 10 years. So that's like what a basic $45 million a year contract. While like our most big contract players are obviously your skill players. McCaffrey 16 millions over Pachenko's 900,000 because he's still in a rookie deal. So is Brock Purdy, Kyle Juszczyk, in Clyde Edwards-Helaire, Rashid Weiss over Debo Samuels, Ayuk, Jawan Jennings. God damn, I'm still second guessing my chances because we know like on paper, offensively, we should be a better team. We have a more like efficient O line. We have better, more efficient receivers, and an all pro MVP contending running back over Pachenko. Not taking anything away from Pachenko, he's been phenomenal this season. But, I'm taking I'm taking the referees over the players anytime, guys. My apologies if you feel like I'm being too pessimistic. I know I am at this point. Yeah, but oh no! Yes, yes, yeah. I gotta tell YTC. Hold on, guys. I apologize. I've been waiting for this for the past 3 seasons. That that fake ass Frenchman is finally out of the freaking Knicks, man. See ya. By the way, this is disrespectful. Whatever this comparison screen was showing Lamar Jackson, kind of looks like wow. He does look like Samuel L. Jackson with a fro. Oh God, is that supposed to be Ryan Reynolds? So Evan Fournier is out of here. He's now a Detroit Piston. Wait, was he involved in the Alec Burk trade? I'm guessing we're getting further information just a couple minutes later. Andre Drummond got fined. Inappropriate gesture during the Minnesota Chicago Bulls game. What did it do? Do we have a clip? Well, Andre Drummond got fined. Also, I'll check out the polls for who you guys got for the Super Bowl. We got 10 total polls out. We got 10 total votes out right now. Shout out to you guys. 30% for the Kansas City Chiefs. And the San Francisco 49ers, a staggering 70%. Hopefully this doesn't bite us in the ass, bro. I bought a lot of snacks. And I'm gonna be wearing I'm gonna be probably wearing a cap or a jersey. I don't want to get stains on my thing, man. That's like a personal gift. So I don't want to ruin it. I only got it in my closet. I want to frame it because I don't want it to collect dust, man. My aunt gave me that jersey, bro. I got her something. I remember she got me that for Christmas. I remember that. She got me a Niners cap and the jersey. I don't think I got a t-shirt. I think I got a beanie to go with it. Just a beanie, a snapback, and a jersey with my name and the jersey number I had in high school, bro. That will stay there for as long. Even if I grow broke, I won't sell that shit. So that's personal. I got her. I got her a Reese. I got her. Yeah, I got her. I got her a Jets jersey. So yeah, I won't be wearing the jersey, but I will be wearing a cap or something. A beanie for the game. But 70% for the Niners, man. I know they're the favorites because, of course, we hate Taylor Swift. We don't want a dynasty with the Kansas City Chiefs. Ref ball is possibly also another reason. Controversy involving the Kansas City Chiefs always been a massive favorite to how they even make it back to the dance. But they still got a bit of a chip on their shoulder. Just like I said for the Eagles game, I called that they were going to win. The Eagles or a gadget team. Chiefs are a lot more experienced, and you can see why they made it a high scoring back and forth around the second half of the Super Bowl last season. Don't underestimate the Kansas City Chiefs, all because they look bad on paper. They're still with the most championship experience out of the other 31 remaining teams in the NFL. So I wouldn't underestimate that. Evan Fournier is out of here. Evan Fournier is out of here, bro. You haven't been good since Orlando. Shout out to Master Splinter. He just commented on my video. These nuts. I'm betting that swerve. I don't know why. I'm betting that swerve. Let's get a following prayer for Evan Fournier. Yeah. Oh, yeah, I didn't want that to loop. But yeah, Evan Fournier is out of here. Leave the memories alone. You are useless as Derrick Rose's ankle braces. Seriously, he's as useful as a Derrick Rose ankle brace at this point, bro. 4 years, 73 million off his remaining contract deal. And then we had to pay him the remaining 19. Detroit, have fun. Wasteful contract. He's only 31. Usually around that age, you still have a bit of basketball left on you. Even if you're not an all NBA starter level to be 31. 31 if you're decent from three, bro. He came from a career 44. He came from a career, if we're looking around 39% over his last 5 seasons. And then he only touched the floor 3 times. He was averaging at least 80 to 50 games a start last season. Bro hasn't been in the single digits. He's only there at garbage time now. He was a prolific starter for those Orlando Magic seasons. Around the second half over the first half of the rebuild when Vucevic and Aaron Gordon was there, then the Boston thought that he can stack him up with Kemba Walker, be a good shooting unit to replace Kyrie Irving. Then the Knicks thought they could just stack up over the hype because if we can't get big market players, we could try to rotate over on efficient depth. That's worked for us, like the 2019-20 season. 2020-2021 season, to biting us in the ass now, where we were paying him 19 million to rot on the bench. I'm very grateful. I'm very grateful. Look at this. Let's look at this last season. 38% from behind the arc. His free throws was 70%, dog. You're a guard. They should be a minimum 85%. Power forwards, centers should have an average of at least 72% or 70%, because that's not their strong suit. We get that. He's a defensive liability, and he's just not good anymore. So for the sake of Evan Fournier's career on the Knicks, we only got one word for it. And what word is it?
You're done. You're washed. It's over.
I'm done with him. Done with him. It's only sometimes when you get benched and you just have a different role. But you get benched and you barely play, what's the point of you being on the team? I'm glad he's gone, but I felt like we took too much time with him. Too much time. Same thing with Ryan Arcidiacono. He's just there. They only camera pan to him whenever Brunson makes a three and the bench is celebrating. The only person that I wasn't expecting to get traded, I thought he'd be a decent backup piece, a third string guard, Malachi Flynn, but we already have good enough guard depth. I'm grateful for some veteranship at the two guard spot. That is really necessary with more efficient players like Bojan Bogdanovic and Alec Burk that's already familiar with the Knicks. So I feel like we got at least a solid B- in the trade deadline so far. And we got rid of inefficient trade fodder, bullshit bench players that's a waste of salary cap, like Evan Fournier and Quentin Grimes. The only regrettable trade losses that I wish we didn't get rid of was Emmanuel Quickley. I'll be watching some Raptors games, by the way. I want to see how Emmanuel Quickley and RJ Barrett progress, to see if it was really a regretful trade for us. Maybe for Emmanuel Quickley. I know he already had like a 28 game a season. His first career start for the Toronto Raptors, he dropped like over 25 points. RJ Barrett as well. He has a 37-point game, his first outing on the Toronto Raptors. So let's see how these guys progress. They obviously had NBA level talent, but the inefficiency to be a role piece on a team that's trying to contend, like the Knicks, trying to get out of irrelevance, really staggered their growth, in my opinion. So hopefully on a Raptors team, where the Raptors team now losing Nick Nurse, that I feel like is a major loss because you see how the Sixers are playing, how they want to see what young guys could keep the consistency and progress to be that starter. We're seeing that with Scotty Barnes. Uh, Hopefully they can get that. Emmanuel quickly is a massive up for the Raptors. With Dennis Schroeder, they're probably going to be rotating starting for certain games. That's expected. But yeah, Evan Fournier can now rot on the Pistons bench with his waste of a contract. You are literally the Knicks' Joe Harris, and we got another trade. Oh, no way! We got another trade, ladies and gentlemen. Toronto Raptors. We just talked about him. Toronto Raptors just traded away Dennis Schroeder. Bro, this is like his fourth team, dog. What is this? His fourth team in 4 years? Celtics, Lakers. I think he went back to the Celtics, then back to the Lakers. I think he played for OKC. Toronto. Now let's look at the journey of a former All-Star. So he came from a long stint where he had long playoff runs with the Hawks. OKC for the first 2 seasons. Then he was up in LA, up in Houston. The only thing that Dennis Schroeder has, he's a pivotal rotation piece. He's 30 years old. He has NBA level experience. He's a decent starter on certain teams. And that veteranship at the one guard spot is really necessary because I think Cam Thomas is very inefficient. He needs to learn more IQ in shot selection. And getting some challenge for him over in that guard spot is very necessary. So, would you guys rate this trade out of 10 if you guys are up watching the stream? Yeah, but Spencer Dinwiddie, man, I thought he was gonna be a long stay. I know he's also trade fodder, but bro, he had some good seasons with the with the Nets. But he's been grabbing techs. He's been a defensive liability, and now he's over in Toronto. Dinwiddie's a cool guy, and I guess his veteranship is needed, but he's the same age with worser efficiency. He was playing way better at well, not really. He was more better off his field goal percentage in Dallas and scoring in the paint, but he's just a secondary team player. And I guess they want to excuse Schroeder just so Emmanuel quickly, because we know overall quickly is a better player than Dinwiddie. I'd rate this like a D. I want to rate this trade a D. Because I bet they were just excusing this because we know Schroeder is still a starting level guard that would rotate over with the minutes with Emmanuel quickly. And he's a cheaper guard. And more better from the field. The only difference is the height. I don't know what type of energy now he's going to do with Cam Thomas. So I guess they just want a more a better guard spot. I know at least the Nets called it. They will be in the trade deadline. But I was not expecting Spencer Dinwiddie to move. I thought they would have a starting level player to move for the Nets. Excuse me for 2 seconds, people. I'll be right back. I'm just going to take a restroom break. Oh my god, I wish I could use copyrighted music, people. I really wish. With all due respect, I just don't care about the stupid. I don't care about the copyright claim, but to keep the video live, I got to. Sorry. So we got YTC's comment, and in return, the Knicks got legend again, Alec Burks. Oh my god. See if we got any more further trades. Yeah, I'm surprised about the Dennis Schroeder trade. But I guess they wanted a more expensive, wasteful second, like somebody that's okay playing the secondary unit. I think TRL's gonna go live in just a bit. Yeah, Quentin Grimes. I hope he gets better, bro. Just for the team's sake, just for his sake, bro. You don't want to see NBA players lose their careers. And sometimes, like having bad, inefficient seasons are the reason for your downfall. But Bojan Bogdanovic is a Knick, man. I think that's probably the W trade of the night. I mean, of the day. It's the middle of dawn. It's not going to be fucking midnight. Even though that would be more exciting. Jordan Poole should be in the trade talks, in my opinion, the way he's been playing. Jordan Poole, I think he had a scoreless night last night. Just like his sex life. No offense. No offense. No offense. No offense. They got shut out by the Utah Jazz 123 to 108. And Kyle Kuzma's just rotten on that Wizards team, man. He's still he's still young. He's still prime and ready to play for a contending team. 26 points. Jordan Poole was only with 18 and he shot 6 of 12. 3 of 7 from behind the arc. Poor efficiency, bro. Poor efficiency. He went scoreless the game prior. Let's go over the Wizards' previous game against his Minnesota Timberwolves. Well, they also were only stuck 11 points shy. Okay, mind you, it is a top seed, well defending a Timberwolves unit. Don't get me wrong there. Jordan Poole was scoreless. Jordan Poole is garbage. He only had 7 points. And he'll have inefficient games. I think his highest point he had was like 18. 27. He played way better in the first half of the season when there was actual expectations. Four points. 1 of 7 from behind the arc. Mind you, these are top contending teams in the playoffs. But the San Antonio Spurs was just inexcusable. They played against the San Antonio Spurs. Jordan Poole, 16 points, 7 of 15, 0 for 3 from behind the arc. Jordan Poole can play make. There's no shot about it. He's a good just Hosh, just think of a worse Jalen Green. Just think of a worse Jalen Green that can't play make off ball. He's decent off breakaway buckets. He has the height. He has the shot. He got the shot. He's just not in a structure where he can learn things. There's no veteranship. There's no keenship. There's no system structured on the Wizards unit. And now you got rid of your only decent, your second decent player on the Wizards. It's either him or Kuzma, because I feel like Jordan Poole is like the 4th or 5th best player on that goddamn Wizards team. Hell, I think I've seen Marvin Bagley contribute more. Tyus Jones contribute more. Adavia, Corey Kispert, decent players. Not good enough as a team, but decent players that you can use for role pieces. And Kuzma could be one of the players to probably go to the Lakers or another decent organization that would actually be more use for him. Hell, put him on the Clippers. Okay, that would be sacrilege, but it would be it would actually be helpful. Kuzma's actually a helpful player. But I think trade rumors had him going to the Mavericks instead of Daniel Gafford. And Daniel Gafford's a good forward. I think he played for Chicago. I'm gonna drink. Let's pour one out for Evan Fournier. Oh shit! I forgot to mute it. Damn it! I apologize. Oh, Thaddeus Young as well gets traded. Oh, by the way, cover boy for the show, Vlad Guerrero Jr. got signed to a 5-year deal worth $146 million from the Toronto Blue Jays. Congrats to him. He's a cover athlete, won the home run derby, outstanding hitter. So can't wait for you to fluff up the division again. Like you always do. Shout out to Vladdy, though. He's a good player. So overall, certain teams look to be, on paper, looking better. I'm going to look over on the depth chart for the Mavericks and see if it actually works. Because Gafford's a good defender. And he's good off the pick and roll. Decent on second chance points. I feel like rebounding has always been the struggle for the Mavericks. They had a lack of size on the Mavericks. That's been the issue. They've had a lack of size. Now instead of Dinwiddie, it's going to be Schroeder up at the 1. Who else? So, and for the Mavericks, Lively, they're going to have Gafford probably because he has more experience. Josh Green has proven to do well, and they have some good depth on that Mavericks squad. They have some good depth. Seth Curry, Dante Exum has had some good showings. Jaden Ivey has been an outstanding young player. They, Tim Hardaway Jr. is still an experienced shot selector, but he's obviously been transcending out of the starting spot for the last few seasons. Grant Williams is really good depth piece on defense. Derek Jones Jr. still got that athleticism. A good role spot, very decent shot blocker. But getting that defending and size, Gafford, Maxi Kleber, Dwight Powell. I feel like Dwight Powell needs to get the fuck out of there. I don't think Mavericks fans even like Dwight Powell. See the trade tracker right now. So Spencer Dinwiddie for Thad Young. Yeah, for Thaddeus Young and Dennis Schroeder. Well, Thaddeus Young did not expect that because he was rotting on that Raptors bench. They'll be starting him over young players. Oh my gosh. Tony Khan just announced. Oh God. He got to publicly announce that he's going to be in TD Garden instead of a college arena. Wow. So excited. I mean, that just feels like something that you shouldn't be taking time on TV to just be in TD Garden. Yes, it's a legendary arena, and it would be publicly, advertised. Big business. I guess that's what they're calling the. Yeah, I guess it's gonna be a special dynamite for a title match they're gonna have. So that's nice. Shocked Andrew Wiggins hasn't been in any conversation. Chicago Bulls hasn't made any impactful trades. Alex Caruso, I thought he was going to be a massive option. He's probably going to be a late night option. Miles Bridges as well. People expected him to move over the deadline. There it is. It's showing Malcolm Brogdon. Michael Brogdon didn't leave yet. Is that who he wants on the Suns, TRL? Yeah, I don't get the move though for Dennis Schroeder. He had his upside. He's a bronze medalist. DeJounte Murray possibly. I don't know if they're gonna try to leave him. Uh, DeJounte and Trae Young possibly gonna be major targets. You want acoustic music? Oh, absolutely not. That's garbage. That's garbage. Scintillating sound of acoustic music always makes the women dry. I mean, oh my god, I'm so terrible. Oh, we do have. Oh, finally, the Hornets are finally here. Fine, let me get that on. Jesus, Hornets finally get a trade going. Grant Williams to the Hornet. God bless. Seth Curry makes it back to where his father plays. Grant Williams, I understand he's been stagnating in minutes because Derrick Jones Jr. has just been a better player. PJ Washington in the power forward position. Younger, reliable wing. Bigger market franchise to pay for his child support. And he's good off the playmaking. I thought Miles Bridges would be next. But yes, PJ Washington is now a Dallas Maverick. That's two good trades off the front court. Mavericks are obviously trying to style up on size and defending. And PJ Washington isn't that bad from behind the arc last time I checked. Grant Williams is what happened if you made Dylan Brooks obese. No offense. ESPN seems a bit late on it, or else I just didn't. I didn't refresh. Yeah, they're late. They're late on it. Yeah, PJ Washington. He's currently he's played majority of game for the Hornets, so he's fresh. 32% from behind the arc. He's more on the playmaking side of things. Decent off his shot blocking. Only a 0.7. Steals is decent. Good off the assist. So they're just relying on his potential alone to be a decent defender. Oh, thank you guys for the love on the predictions. got a decent 58 on it. It's still growing. That was only 3 nights ago. So Grant Williams is now a Hornet. I thought this would be more of a protruding three-way deal. Pause. But yeah, I thought this would be a three-way deal because Williams is still in a contending piece. Man, he was literally playing on the conference finals the season prior. So I'm surprised. And Joe Harris has been waived from the Detroit Pistons. Oh boy, that's tough. Joe Harris, he came from a great spot up shooter for the Nets to now rotation fodder and inefficiency for the Detroit Pistons, and now they cut him off. We're getting a lot of cancer cuts. Not really. I'm not saying that Joe Harris was a problem in the locker room. I'm not accusing that. I'm just saying like for a waste of depth. Evan Fournier got cut. No, not really. He got cut. He got traded. And they found the replacement, the same player, but older. Joe Harris is like what, 32? He's like 32 years old. He's like 30. Yeah, he's 32. He's in his ninth season. Man, what what happened, man? He came from Brooklyn, shooting 42% from behind the arc. Fantasy points was pretty exceptional. Decent distribution. He was obviously not a starter, but really had some pivotal moments for Brooklyn with Yuta Watanabe. Uh, and part of those contending teams with the Nets, big three. Sadly, I don't know. Yeah, just his underperformance in the playoffs was really a big detriment, and now he comes up being not even trade fodder at the end of the second half of the season. That's got to be gut wrenching, people. Me personally, I'd go to China. Somebody like Joe Harris. I don't know if any other NBA team was an aging, inefficient shot selector, spot up shooter, and you're still healthy. I'd go overseas. Oh, Evan Fournier included, because I bet they're gonna push his ass off waivers. Because Fournier hasn't touched the floor in 2 seasons. Derrick Rose is still being used on a injury-riddled Memphis Grizzlies team, and they can still make it competitive. So I don't know what's their excuse. I don't know if it's a backlash from the coaches or uh yeah. Shout out to the gentleman in TRL's channel. Just damn, Fournier is probably not going to do well. Joe Harris already got waived. What are they going to do with another inefficient aging spot up shooter? Oh, I am sorry. Is that what TRL looks like? Wait, TRL. Oh boy, Trey Young to the. Oh man, Trey Young with Maxi in the skills competition. Oh wait, the Suns got Royce O'Neal. Well, TRL just chat. We'll just chat it on the chat. I'm checking the stream. They're not updating it. Oh, and the top two protected first round pick as well. Oh boy, for PJ, at least they got comp. At least they got veteran depth on this Hornets team. At least they got playoff experience, and they get a promising young forward out of PJ Washington. So Mavericks got some young aggressive depth. No, I wouldn't guarantee that he'd be effective, but at least they got somebody. Royce O'Neal, Brooklyn Nets are finalizing a deal to send Royce O'Neal to the Phoenix Suns for 3 second-round picks. Oh, okay, so this is confirmed. No, let me go to Twitter. Hold on. Oh wow, my phone is getting blown up with usually you already get leaks of going on. Is that supposed to be Drake's wife? And Kanye with his wife Bianca since Jesus Christ. Is she naked? With only boots and a rain jacket? What is this? What the hell is this? Jesus. I mean, God bless Kanye still having taste. That's the only upside. Kanye got his wife got big tits. Damn. So God bless. All right, let's see what else we got. Oh my goodness, my phone is blowing the hell up. Well, it looks like Royce O'Neal's getting sent off to the Yes, and it is confirmed. 3 second-round picks for Royce O'Neal from the Brooklyn Nets acquired by the Phoenix Suns. Yeah, they need forward depth. The Suns are still a good team. Defensively, they still have their flaws. Royce O'Neal's a decent 3-and-D, a bit of an old school forward, but he's decent up the wing. And all it costed was more future. Just to lose in the second round. No offense to TRL. No offense. So that got finalized. So the Nets, so the Suns acquire Royce O'Neal, Thad Young also on the Brooklyn Nets. Almost everything is confirmed. Jesus Christ, Kanye's wife is like, you got big titties, right? That's the fashion sense. Hey, I never said I was complaining. I never said I was complaining. You guys are the bigots. You guys are the big. Oh my gosh. Oh god, they made Sting and Darby Allin the new champions. Happy birthday to the great Alonzo Mourning. Pushing 60, but he's still R33 if you're a Heat fan. Smooth operator. You're going on a smooth operator. Well, some good rotation pieces, but people are still waiting for that big trade from possibly one of the bigger market franchises, or at least a starting change. But we know Royce O'Neal's going to slip into that forward spot. PJ Washington's possibly going to be starting at the 4 over Derek Jones Jr. That's no offense, he's a good second unit player. He can catch over the pick and roll. He's good off the swap. He's good on help defense. Mavericks are obviously a poor defensive team. Gordon Hayward to Oklahoma City just is a way better situation. And finally getting rid of some trade fodder inefficiency from the Knicks is a godsend. We got rid of 4 guys that are useless. 4 guys that are useless. They're just waiting for any leaks or any information to be had right now. Shock Trey Young is not still in the trade department. The 23-24 trade deadline summed up. Woj is not going to. Hell no. Nah. Yeah, well, yeah. I wonder what Suns fans would rate this. I personally, after seeing the Suns play, I rate this like a B for the Suns. Hornets did a surplus of trades, so I know they're bottom. I know they're bottom of the league, trying to at least get some capital, try to own up and stay competitive, and get rid of some useless players, especially Gordon Hayward. I just feel like he's just there at this point, bro. Out of respect for Gordon Hayward, damn well he was suffering over in the Hornets. Oh, David Rhodey from the Memphis Grizzlies. He's now a Phoenix Sun. Wait, hold up. This was a 3-way trade. Suns got a 3-way trade. They just traded for a sophomore big. So not only Royce O'Neal got traded, David Rhodey from the Phoenix Suns. Another trade for the Phoenix Suns. David Rhodey is now a Phoenix Sun. So it's not just Royce O'Neal. Where's the Timberwolves in all this? That's shocking to me because the last time I checked, David Roddy was on the Memphis Grizzlies. Yeah, this was a three-way trade. But what was the compensation for for the Grizzlies and all this? A second round pick? I know there was 3 second rounds traded involved, and they didn't bring up the conversation with the Grizzlies until the last minute. Yeah, I'm shocked. Andrew Wiggins, he hasn't been put over the conversation. We still got like an hour remaining. A lot of veteranship, and I mean, not a lot of veteranship, but not a lot of future in this Nets and these Nets tradings. Let's keep it a buck. Look, we've seen these Nets trades. They got a young forward. Uh, the Suns got a young forward and a good 3-and-D player. All they're getting is some second round picks. They get Dennis Schroeder and Thaddeus Young. That's more veterans. So you got 3 players over 30. You get three. You get 2 players over 30 and at least some potential picks. So at least you get some veteranship at the front and backcourt, and you get some potential second round picks. And there's still some good young players out of Cam Thomas. Is possibly going to be the only person to stay. I feel like Cam Johnson and Mikal Bridges are going to leave in the middle of this deadline. Yeah, I don't know what the. I don't think we got what the Grizzlies got compensated for because it's coming over as a 3-way trade. Because David Roddy is a Grizzlies forward. He's not a yeah. We still don't know what the Grizzlies got in return because we know they have injuries, massive injuries. 13 players on the injury list. I did not see Jaren Jackson Jr., Desmond Bain, Xavier Tillman already just got traded last night to the Boston Celtics, so he's out of here. So is Steven Adams, veteran for the Grizzlies for the past 3 seasons. He's over on the Houston Rockets just so he can just have great conversations with Bojan Marjanovic. He's already on the injury list. So is Victor Oladipo that they traded for just some future. Why? Oladipo hasn't played since last playoffs. Oladipo is just a horror story of NBA injuries, in my opinion. My God. Yeah, I bet the Clippers, even that they're playing very well right now. You know, so Miles Bridges could still be in the conversation. I don't know if Miles Bridges could leave. They want to keep some combo depth because now I guess we're under question. What's going on with the freaking what is going on with some of these players? Grant Williams is gone after just after half a season with the Mavericks. After him trying to be a pivotal defensive piece, now he's rotting on the Hornets franchise. That's a damn shame. That I apologize. I don't want to diminish the franchise, but the Hornets kind of diminish themselves overall. Because even if you're a Hornet native, all they think about is turning that franchise around. Now it's just LaMelo Ball, Kobe Martin, and LaMelo's injured again, by the way. Vasily Nisic. So it's just Ish Smith, Cody Martin, whoever Bryce McGowan is, Miles Bridges. Just start TJ Ford or Grant Williams. Nick Richards ain't a bad rim protector, but goddamn, you guys got some trade capital. If you still think LaMelo is going to stay over the long run, you guys are sorely mistaken. You guys are a sorry franchise. You have an All NBA star in your roster, and all we can remark over is one All Star appearance in injury history. LaMelo, if you want to end up like your brother, don't. Start for these negligent small market franchises that has no interest in trying to build over a brand or a franchise with poor front office decisions, poor health negligence, and just no strategy for the long term, bro. LaMelo would be doing himself a disservice if he doesn't demand more like Giannis Antetokounmpo. Frank Ntilikina, he's out, man. I thought it was going to be a redemption season for him. Yeah, Brandon Miller needs to be starting. Get that boy starting more often, guys. Brandon Miller needs to be starting, bro. He's been outstanding, especially his last game against the Raptors. He played tremendous. 10 to 40. You guys have no excuse not to start Brandon Miller. No excuses. Ben Simmons. I don't know, just for draft capital, how much you could still get over his trade value. Dennis Schroeder's now up starting at the point. Cam Thomas is a shoe in for starting guard. A lot of injuries. Cameron Johnson's out. So it's just so is Dorian Finney-Smith. Royce O'Neal's gone, so Thaddeus Young starts. Possibly. He's out day to day. So it's either Trendon Watford and Nick Claxton, bro. I'm shocked Aaron Sharp is not traded in a combo package with Royce O'Neal to the Suns. Just do it. Simmons to Milwaukee. Let Doc Rivers suffer one more time. And Nick Claxton, how old is he now? 26? 24 years old, bro. There is no project they're building on the Nets that you should not be part of, dog. Still not getting any further information. See if we got any further trade deadline information. We still haven't gotten much since the Royce O'Neal trade. Bruce Brown is trending. He got away. Bruce Brown's IG story. Yeah. Nah, they showed the ending of Snowfall. Niggas on overpay, gone overpay for Bruce Brown because more desperate than a prostitute in Vegas. That's crazy. That's crazy. Lakers haven't made any trades yet. Yeah, I'm shocked. Trades. Yeah, I'm shocked the Lakers haven't made a move. I know they have a couple guys on the cap and expiring deals, and they're still trying to contend somewhat. So that's a double-edged sword to how they can still compensate. They should get a pivotal two guard. And I wonder who that could be. People are still thinking of DeJounte Murray, but are they willing to take over his contract, and will that cost him a first-round pick? Did you know NWA had a NWA is now on CWTV? Yeah, Bruce Brown is not going to be a massive trade target. He's going to be in a package deal to the Celtics. How does Luke Kennard feel? Who wants Luke Kennard? Who wants Quentin Grimes? I mean, the Raptors, do they still have some? I feel like that should be it for the Raptors. Chicago, I'm shocked Chicago hasn't made the list. I know Zach Levine's probably going to be, probably we're going to have the trade conversation when he's back due to his surgery. Lonzo Ball's out. Dalen Terry's out. Alex Caruso. I feel like Torrey Craig and Alex Caruso could go. Javon Carter possibly can go for a second round pick. He's a decent six man. Chicago should really get rid of some of their potential starters. Nikola Vucevic should have been traded. He's still been somewhat productive. And they're only like 4 games below 500. They're not a good enough team to play, obviously, unless you're trying to still push over for another desperate play-in opportunity. That I feel like they shouldn't be gambling with that. Ooh. Foster, Cameron Payne. Did he get traded? Are you kidding me? Oh, people, we got to trade. You're kidding me. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we got to trade. 76ers trading Patrick Beverly to the Milwaukee Bucks. You get a older perimeter. He is a garbage time perimeter defender for campaign that's been more useful for Milwaukee. So now campaign goes to the Sixers. So Buddy Hield and Cameron Payne, they need more scoring, but they don't have size. They just got rid of Marcus Morris and just for Buddy Hield. Why are they more concerned over just their production other than rebounding? Who did the Sixers have to back up and beat anyway? That's a questionable. Pat Bev to the Sixers? I mean to the Bucks? D'Anthony Melton Pell Reed plays because Embiid's out due to injury. So Mohamed Bamba, what draft pick is there, bro? What draft pick is there? Because there's no way. Pat Bev, you're kidding me. KJ Martin and Kenneth Lofton, the obese two-way young forward that the Mavericks just waived. No, the Grizzlies waived. But yeah, Pat Bev is now Cameron Payne for a second round pick to the Sixers for Patrick Beverly to the Bucks. So you get an aging guard That's only good at spot up shooting. Cameron Payne's only averaging uh 6.1 points per game. And he hasn't played very well since his stint in Phoenix. And Beverly's at least present on the defensive side of the ball. And the only thing that's decent about Cameron Payne is the shooting. His awkward, tilted Quentin Grimes shot. That's interesting. That's interesting. For a 2027 second round pick. Is McCaffrey your pick for offensive player of the year? Yeah. Or I might go to Lamar Jackson. Yeah, I think Warriors just going to be ahead of the rest. I'll just put a sports sack there to. Yeah, 2027 second round pick. So, two veteran guards getting swapped. Oh God, that's been, I don't want to say hectic, but a bit unpredictable. Like I wasn't expecting Williams to get traded. Pat Bev, I thought he was going to be at least another glue guy for the young players. Oh God. Yeah, like they already got Buddy Hield. Harry Giles got waived from the Brooklyn Nets. I thought he'd be traded. Yeah, I thought Bev. God damn, man. I thought Bev finally found his team he could stay with for another playoff push. Sixers are probably gonna have a deeper push than the Bucks. The way they've been playing so far with Doc Rivers. That, that's what I question that trade. They get an inefficient spot up shooter out of Cameron Payne, out of inexperience. Oh God, they're gonna get Kyle Lowry. We forgot that Kyle Lowry got traded to the Hornets from Terry Rozier. He's probably gonna be off a buyout. That's such a questionable trade in my opinion. I don't like that trade for Patrick Beverly. You have a good backup guard that has perimeter defending experience. He's better from three from Cameron Payne, and just has a lot more energy to build over the secondary unit, especially how aging it is and a lot of inexperienced players on the Sixers unit. I feel like they needed a better forward because Paul Reed is like a power forward to me. Muhammad Bamba barely plays most of the time, and whenever Embiid's not there to compete, Sixers get killed, man. Maxi and Tobias Harris are like the second highest scorers on the team. So I just question that. It's such a gutsy move to just try to get more scoring involved, even though Cameron Payne hasn't really been that productive since his time in Phoenix. And the only efficient shooters on the Bucks are Damian Lillard and Malik Beasley. That's it. So that's I disagree with the trade right there. That's like a C. That's like a D. The Milwaukee gets more of a guy to probably straighten up Giannis. That's I guess the only positive. I guess they want more morality over on the locker room. And Doc Rivers has coached with Patrick Beverly before, so you get more familiarity with this. I thought Bev was going to be at least a long-term option, at least for the full season. Not get traded until the summer. So, how you guys rate that trade? Interesting. I feel like that's a dodgy trade. So Kyle Lowry's possibly gonna go to the Sixers. I feel like it'd be a nice little buyout clause, knowing Kyle Lowry, even though he's off 32 million and is probably gonna expire his deal because who in the hell wants to willingly play for the Hornets? Grant Williams is there on the Hornets. God bless his soul. Gordon Hayward probably did a little bit of a hooray skip, kicked his legs up in celebration in the middle of the year, knowing he actually plays for a contending team out of the Oklahoma City Thunder. But I'm curious. Miles Bridges has not been over in the trade talks yet. Trae Young, DeJounte Murray's probably one of the big ones. Mikal Bridges over a stagnant Nets team that's probably not going to be making a playoff push. They have been too inconsistent and not defensively focused. And already losing a decent 3-and-D defender that the Suns probably were focusing on to begin with Royce O'Neal and Roddy. Now they get more depth off the forward position because we know how injury riddled the Suns are. Beal just came back. I think Aaron Gordon's injured again. Yuta Watanabe, they've been stagnant on minutes. Bol, it's good to see him get some time on the floor. But still, unconvincing team. But when the Suns are on it, they're on it. Just defensively, they need to try to see what type of defense they're on. We know how good offensively their players are. That's why they're still a top seed. But just trying to convince themselves the consistency got to be loud, and they've gotten some good winning streaks. They just need to be in a margin where they're in the conversation. Right now, I think fans are still going on the paper that the Suns are still looking convincing. But I still feel like they've gotten some good trades with Royce O'Neal now joining the stint. No, they got a well-known wing defender on their floor that can rotate out and play a minimum 30 to 25 minutes on the rotation now that can probably transition at the 4, be there with Yusuf Nurkic. And man, let me pour one out for oh, we got another trade. Yuta Watanabe returns to the Brooklyn Nets. What? So it is a massive comp. Jordan Goodwin. Chemizi Meto has been questionable. Bates Diop and Yuta Watanabe, man. Fan favorite on the Nets. He had some good shot selecting, but man, the inefficiency in the minutes, bro. That's 4 major players off expiring deals. And just a surplus of more talent for the Nets. Yeah, we're probably gonna get more we're gonna get more players traded from the Brooklyn Nets, guys. We're gonna get more trades from the Nets, possibly in the latter stint. That's crazy. Yeah, would you guys rate the Royce O'Neal trade, the Pat Bev trade, or the viewer that's on right now? Has your team made a trade yet, and how you rate it? Harry Giles getting traded. At least it's nice, I guess. Yuta Watanabe to the Nets. You get another fan favorite player. I still disagree with Spencer Dinwiddie leaving the Nets, but I guess they want some more legitimacy to work on somebody that's okay playing the second unit. And you get a legitimate point guard because I feel like Dinwiddie's been kind of worse than Dennis Schroeder. But like that's 4 players, a couple second round picks. So at least the Nets are not trying to compete; they're just trying to work on the future. So that's cool. And we're probably gonna hear a lot more from some big market teams. I think the Celtics are overall done, even though I feel like you need to add some depth. Need to be updating myself. What's going on? Let the people know. Yeah, Cameron Payne. Yeah, that's a questionable trade. Well, I think the only big thing was Yuta Watanabe out of all this because we know his shot selecting. I don't think he's been even that starting unit. So the Suns are going to be more keen on veteranship. Watanabe's only 29 years old. Came off his 58 starts, 44% from three, 32%, dude, in his minutes. 13% out of his career high 15, dog. That's a bit sad. I thought he'd be good because I know Kevin Durant was favored him over his contract signing after he got traded to the Suns, and he'd be a favorite over the offseason, but now he's back at Brooklyn. Lakers are expected to keep the same roster. Yikes! At least get rid of Gabe Vincent, Tarion Prince. Inefficient roster waste. Like take a book from the Pistons and Knicks. Evan Fournier ain't on our goddamn roster anymore. He got to learn Chinese. No moves coming from the Bulls. Probably, knowing their injury riddledness, the only valuable stars they have on their team is Caruso right now. That could be over in trade talks. And Nikola Vucevic, that's still a starting level former all-star, and he's been healthy. But the Bulls are still mediocre. I thought Josh Hart was going to say freaking indubitably right now. Still hasn't been much so far. Yeah, it's good to see Alec Burks back. By the way, if anybody's been Master Splinter, please expose yourself. No, don't even know where that came from. Knicks got like a surplus of depth now of like aging role players, while the Suns now got like legitimate starters. by Houston also would be in the deadline. So now Jordan Goodwin's gone. So Theo Madeline's probably going to play. Eric Gordon, we already know. Grayson Allen. I feel like their backcourt's not going to be touched. Josh Okogie, we know, is going to be effective. Now they got David Rhodey, Bull, Royce O'Neal. That's going to be a big forward. I feel like he's going to be playing over in the wing spot, so KD can stay at the 4. And Eubanks is such a defensive liability, so they're sticking with Bull, Eubanks, and Nurkic. Feel like their front court's a bit more rolled with depth, and David Rhodey's probably going to be a wing. Watanabe out. That's a bit tough. Sadly, I wish, because I did see how he played over in Brooklyn and Toronto. So I think people just wanted that same efficiency. Killian Hayes has been waived from the Detroit Pistons. What? You're kidding me. I know he's been having issues. Wow. 3rd season, bro. 4 years, $24 million off a rookie deal, and they're not trying to extend over his 6 points per game off his 42. He's barely taken a leap, and he's coming as a 7th overall pick from the 2020 draft. Instead of getting traded, my Negro gets waves. He gets waived, not waves. He doesn't get a haircut. He gets waived from the team, man. That's tough. He's gonna buy out over his contract now. That's harsh. I expected Joe Harris, but not a young player. He's 22 years old. God. What would they have to pay him after his contract is done? Because that's already $5 million per year, and Killian Hayes is already getting beat by a bunch of younger and better players. And I think they think that would be a complimentary piece, but he's been rotating out with Alec Burk. So now Killian Hayes is out. Marcus Sasser could take over. It's already Jalen Duren, Jaden Ivey. Cade already plays a secure 1. They're just better guards. And Quentin Grimes is obviously a wing, but Asir Thompson's sticking into that wing spot, bro. Asir Thompson's been very impressive if you guys have seen him. Isaiah Stewart needs to get the hell out of the forward. He needs to be a second string small forward or a starting small forward. He's too undersized and he can barely defend the top forwarding positions. He can't be in the front court like that. Oh my goodness, what? It's been a headache. And everybody's just itching for some what's going to happen. Because we're nearly under an hour remaining until the deadline closes. It's 2 p.m. It's going to be 2 p.m. Killian Hayes waived from the Detroit Pistons. That's got to be a head scratcher for certain Pistons fans out there. Oh man, Mavericks. Who do you think's looked like the best team out of this trade deadline so far with the moves made? Is it the New York Knicks? Is it the Dallas Mavericks? You think the Oklahoma City Thunder got better after getting a veteran forward out of Gordon Hayward? Sixers getting Cameron Payne and getting rid of Daniel House. They get Buddy Hield. or the Oklahoma City Thunder. I mean, the Toronto Raptors. Utah Jazz just got a first round pick. I think that's the best thing about them. Otto Porter Jr. is not going to play. Kira Lewis is probably going to play, but Sexton has been playing a lot, playing well. I feel like the better teams that are going to benefit off this is either the Mavericks, Milwaukee Bucks, and the 76ers. But it's not for the Cameron Payne trade. Oh, it's yeah, okay. We're back to another three-way trade. I think we're gonna get further information on the Yuta Watanabe actually doesn't go back to the Nets. He goes to the Memphis Grizzlies. I think that's for compensation for David Roddy. And they get a backup guard. Because I don't think they'll be starting they'll still be starting Schroeder though. Diop, Meto probably is gonna back up for Meto's probably gonna back up for Nick Claxton. Or start, depending on if the Nets are trying to really compensate and get a good first round. Because I don't feel like Nick Claxton wants to stay here when he's 24 years old, 25 years old. So David Roddy gets traded for Yuta Watanabe. This is fourth freaking team. Are you kidding me? I'm just itching for any crazy moves. Right now, folks, this has been insane. LeBron to the Knicks, LeBron to the Knicks, LeBron to the I wish, but Watanabe to the Grizzlies. And I know they're injury riddled, but they still got some draft capital. So I don't mind Watanabe to the Grizzlies. Royce O'Neal, W trade for the Suns. And I guess it's just draft fodder. All Utah got out of that Olenek trade was just the first round. Because Otto Porter Jr. has just been injury riddled. Like, I think people forgot that he was part of that 2022 championship team with the Warriors. Guys, like, God. The only thing people even know about him is that he looked like Wilt Chamberlain. I think people forgot he was another first-round pick that the Wizards had to compensate for that combo duo with John Wall and Bradley Beal. People thought that would be a good defending guard that can shoot. Defending wing that could shoot. They didn't get that with Otto Porter Jr. Otto Porter has just been okay. That's a harsh thing to say, but it's true. And the only positive about Olenek right now to the Raptors is that it's another Canadian boy they traded for. We got Barrett. All we need is SGA. That is never gonna happen. Oh God, I'm just waiting until Bruce Brown gets cut now because Killian Hayes is cut. He's waived from the Pistons, man. A first round pick just 3 seasons ago. That's insane. I know he's been stagnant off production, but I did not expect him to get traded away. I just cut, man. That's possibly one of the biggest waves. This is going to be. I wonder who's going to be bought off waivers. Please, the link is in. Link is in if you guys want to conversate about what's going on with your team if they made a trade. Yeah, Woj not made any big moves. He hasn't said any big moves so far. We have under an hour remaining before the deadline closes. And then we got like what, a month or two before the waivers? Raptors build on young core, Bruce Brown, Chris Boucher, and Gary Trent Jr. I thought Gary Trent Jr. would have gotten traded by now. Chris Boucher's been a stagnant, bro. He's been completely out of the lineup majority of the time that whenever I see a Raptors team. I remember when he was just gassing out when he had to play like a pure like full game. And bro, and he just barely can rebound. He's decent off the points. He got a decent 3-point shot, just average player. And Bruce Brown has just been trade fodder after feeling like he would be a potential role piece for a contending playoff team out of the Indiana Pacers, and he got traded for Pascal Siakam. That's what you get if you're an NBA champion. Oh my god, I think people forgot that he won an NBA title with the Nuggets just last season. Wow. Oh boy. Yeah, I'm shocked. The Thunder has not made any desperation to get you sacrifice one of their first round picks for a pivotal role player. Possibly not Caruso. They're obviously not going to get LaMelo Ball. Mikal Bridges could be one. They already got Chet Holmgren. I don't feel like Giddey is good as people say he is. So so people want Jalen Williams to probably go. Lou Dort. I'm shocked people are not trying to trade for Lou Dort. They do need a backup 5. So Giddey, I feel like they should get some veteranship on the lineup that has playoff experience, like Nikola Vucevic. He's still available on a decent max deal after Chicago re-signed him around the summer, and some draft capital. I'm shocked Andre Drummond has not been at least traded. He's still a pivotal rebounder, old school center. Can't believe we're like under an hour. Yeah, Wendell Carter Jr. should go. Wendell Carter Jr. got to go. Gary Harris is a pivotal. Yeah, Markel Fultz. Uh who I feel like Minnesota would kill. They should be. They just need a young, promising guard to compensate. Athletic playmaking guard. Putting Markel Fultz on the Minnesota Timberwolves, and they're already a top seed in the West. That should be killer. Clippers are still 4th seed. Kuzma to Orlando would be cool. Excuse me for 2 seconds. I apologize for the terrible acoustic music. We're just under an hour remaining. And there still hasn't been any big major moves. The only contending teams to make moves so far are the Milwaukee Bucks, the Phoenix Suns, the Memphis Grizzlies. I'm joking about that last part. The Philadelphia 76ers, Dallas Mavericks, New York Knicks, and Indiana Pacers. Oh yeah, Monty Morris now goes to the Timberwolves. Inefficient garbage time guard. They should have got Markel Fultz, in my opinion. Kyle Kuzma, you got a young, promising lineup with a already championship experienced wing that can push to the four. Think about it: Franz Wagner, Kyle Kuzma, Paulo Banchero, Cole Anthony. I feel like they need a legitimate guard. I know Markel Fultz has been injury riddled still. And Daniel House, as soon as he gets traded over from the 76ers, gets waived. Yeah, he's going to get bought by the Clippers. He's going to get bought out from the Clippers, fam. Daniel House is coming home. He's coming back to the inner circle of James Harden. He'll get bought out by the Clippers. I bet my bottom dollar on that, guys. Boom, bum, 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 bum. Guess who's back? Back again. Alec's back. I think we're live. Oh wait, we have media. Are they doing media day for the Super Bowl? I'm shocked. We're nearly half an hour in. Like 3:15 or like 3 p.m. sharp? I think 3 p.m. sharp. So that's another wave. Evan Fournier is probably going to get waived too. Daniel House is probably going to get bought off waivers. I feel like off potential alone, it's either Killian Hayes is probably going to be bought off and then put over to the G League. If you couldn't even develop on the Pistons, what makes him still prevalent for a starting position on any NBA team? In my opinion, just saying, it's a harsh truth for NBA players. You're getting waived by garbage teams. What's going to happen if you hit over another team? Checking over. Yeah, Andrew Wiggins has not been spotted for a trade look yet. From all the teams that should be making moves, you expect that to be the Warriors. Because unlike the Lakers, at least the Lakers can still compete. Obviously, the Bulls should be building around Kobe White. Zach LaVine project with DeMar DeRozan. It was an absolute flop, and I called it. I remember the elitist was saying, like, I was not denouncing the talent of DeMar DeRozan. I'm just saying, you got just primarily scorers. Lonzo's a good facilitator, but he has injury problems. They'll be a second round team. No cap. Yeah, I was right. Hey, when you have low expectations, it make you think. Nearly at 40 minutes. PJ Washington to the Mavericks. Thought I was surprised purely that Grant Williams I thought would stay for at least 2 seasons. Toronto gets Spencer Dinwiddie. That's a bit sad. Take that off. I'll probably change the thumbnail at the end of the channel. Oh, God. Brunson enters the 3-point contest, even though he's already part of the All-Star weekend. Okay, Jacob Toppin has not touched the floor. As a Knicks fan, why? And as an NBA fan, the wrong Toppin is in the dunk contest. Why not Derrick Jones Jr.? I'm all for letting young star. Literally, it's always the 3-point contest that's more star-studded. Tyrese Halliburton, Jalen Brunson, Damian Lillard, Malik Beasley, Laurie Markkinen, Donovan Mitchell, Trae Young, and Karl Anthony Towns. That's the 3-point contest. The fucking dunk contest is garbage. We're gonna get a 3-point shootout. Mac McClung comes back after winning the one from last year, and he's on the freaking Magic's G League. The only stars there is Jaime Jaquez and Jaylen Brown. Even though he's part of the reserves. Even the skills competitions are more interesting. Fucking jelly roll. Obese Post Malone. Waste of time. Let me check out the. Hell, at least people know who Jelly Roll is. Who's watching the halftime show for the Super Bowl? Damn it. Paulo Banchero, Tyrese Halliburton, Benedict Mathurin, Miles Turner, Anthony Edwards, Victor Wembanyama. We get to see him. We know he's too young to make the All-Star game this season. Scotty Barnes, Tyrese Maxey, Trae Young. Trae Young, shockingly enough, isn't in trade talks right now. Coco Jones is gorgeous, man. Jennifer Hudson. Halftime performance. Why would we need 3 halftime performances? Nice to see Meta World Peace. Lily Singh, she's relevant. Yeah, Reggie Bullock, Tori Eason, and Jay Sean Tate should go for a star. DeJounte Murray would be awesome, but I know they were really trying to work on Jalen Green. Kyle Kuzma probably to Houston with Sengun. The playmaking would be insane. We should nearly be half an hour. Kai Sinet, Connor Daly, Walker Hayes, Jewel Floyd, Dylan Wang. I guess he's an actor. Natasha Cloud. Is this WNBA star? Jennifer Hudson. Okay, Tristan Jazz. If people watch him from IG. Trick shot artist. And CJ Stroud, an NFL player. My God, I can't believe the last couple minutes we've had freaking Chris Jericho versus women's rights. Woj and Shams just showing them pimp slapping one another for news. That's tough. Joel Embiid coming back from injury, looking around the locker room. Everybody's empty. Yeah, I'm sure Kuzma has not been traded. I had him as a favorite heading to the Magic or the Mavericks. The Heat? Nah. Sixers? Andrew Wiggins is yet to even be moved. And after literally making like 3 trades, the Pistons already cut ties with like 3 different players. 35 minutes remaining until deadline. Yeah, Bruce Brown ain't shit. I don't want that Negro on the Knicks. One plus one. So he has a team option off a 2-year deal. Bruce Brown. Oh God, 11.5 points per game with a 47% field goal percentage. He's average from three. He's only oh God, and he's from Miami. Put him in Miami. Just get a worse Terry Rozier. Nearly half an hour in, there hasn't been any mind-boggling trades. Jesus Christ. Oh God. Oh gosh, it's been a dry spell. All Adrian Wojnarowski has just sprung up was Pat Bev trade. Bruce Brown has yet to make a move. A bunch of front offices are getting cold feet. And DeJounte Murray is still yet to even leave the Hawks. Hell, put Kuzma to the Hawks. I'm sure he's over an expiring deal off the Wizards. He's over a waste of a contract. Over already a losing team that's going to be lottery size. It's going to trade for a potential star. Hell, get him Monty Banks. Kuzma, Mitchell, Garland, Levert, Mobley. That already sounds more dangerous. Get Jordan Poole to the Celtics or something. Hell, Jordan Poole looks like Brittany Griner without the mustache. With the mustache. Sacramento Kings. Kings, Mavericks, Lakers. Lakers are in probably the biggest purgatory of the season, depending on what happens. Because the season prior, people thought trade Westbrook in the first half of the season. Damn. I'm shocked the Magic are not doing cold feet so they can compete. They got a young competitive unit. Their coach seems to love their players, and they're just a couple pieces away from trying to actually get themselves in the conversation again. Knicks have been not negligent in making front office moves, gotten rid of some depth, and actually trying to get some guys that can actually do something on the team. And we're about half an hour. We're about to be half an hour in. Can we get any last minute trades? All I can call for sure is Daniel Hash Jr. is probably going to go to the Clippers. He's already got waived off the Pistons. Oh, we knew you're trash. Jesus Christ. Cut him off. Cut it off. Quentin Grimes. 48 already got cut. Wonder what's the Pistons' vision here, bro. Sell the team. They're trying their best to try to cut off any type of mediocrity they can. Cody got a fit. Oh, the Rock is burying Cody already. That's crazy. Got any more front office? Oh, hell no. Under half an hour in, guys, and we've been in a bit of a dry spell for the last 15 minutes. Lakers has been out of the loop. Clippers have been out of the loop. I understand they're playing hot right now. But I'm shocked. Wait. AW fan being like, I'm sticking with WWE. That's crazy. It's like, man, I like getting pussy. Forget this. Nearly 25 minutes. It's been insane. Certain teams been cold feet or playing it safe. Like Pacers made some had to cut off Buddy Hield's contract. Milwaukee was more focused on still veteran moves instead of young players. A surplus of forwards with no Adderall competent depth at the two guard spot. That I thought the Lakers should have gotten that. They're only ninth seed. Are they only prevalent to only staying the same if they're in playoff contention? Suns made a bunch of moves, got rid of a surplus of players, and actually upgraded. Timberwolves got a new backup guard. Thunder got Gordon Hayward. Sixers added some new depth, especially acquiring Buddy Hield. Chicago, I possibly expect Chicago not to do much, depend on their situation. Having a cold. Scary Terry. I thought it's either Fultz or Sexton to the Magic. I mean, not to the Magic, to the Wolves. Sexton's a good perimeter defending player. He's good off the three, a bit undersized. So you can get Fultz that's like 6'4". That's decent at defending, still athletic, and a great play in making for somebody his age. Or DeJounte Murray. Imagine Trae Young and Anthony Edwards and the Timberwolves. They're not going to take him with that cap. But Wizards got worse for the sake of building up on their youth. But they should have gotten another second round pick. Kuzma to the Thunder should have been the thing. It's either Kuzma to the Thunder, Magic, Warriors, or the Kings. I'm shocked how Kings have been invisible. These are contending teams that need to make moves. Mavericks expected to make moves. Nuggets just staying the same. Pelicans, I thought they were going to make some moves. I know they're still a top seed, but people are questioning Zion Williamson's uh, availability on the team. Jose Alvarado has been great. Trey Murphy. They have a bunch of young potential pieces, and their most experienced pieces have been pretty good. I gotta finish my story. Is Willie Kelly Stein still in the NBA? Willie Cauley Stein has not played since 2021. That's a damn shame. Oh, yeah. Look, at least Embiid got something when he gets back. Corona. Oh God! Every time the Lakers be on the convo for no reason when they haven't even done anything. I know they're anticipated to make some trades because of the lackluster season, but come on. Oh God. Still haven't seen any moves yet. Yeah, has Jacob look, I've watched some games. I've seen some garbage time players. What does can Jacob Toppin do what his brother does? Please explain. I need somebody to explain to me because I feel ignorant in the situation. Obi Toppin, we knew from the jump, breakaway, he'll go between the legs, do a dunk. Come on, son. How much time we got? We got under 20 minutes. Ah, see. Oh, congrats to Jeremy Sohan. He's on the Rising Stars team. Got nearly 15 minutes to spare. Yeah, nobody's been making any moves. Warriors are sadly not even in the trade talks. Warriors, come out and trade. Toronto just Toronto should just give away Brad at this point, people. Are we gonna get a trade in the clutch, guys? Under 20. I don't know what's going on. I am shocked. So I haven't seen any major updates. Deanna Prowse is trying to hide her gun. Well, we having a it is a mini tournament for the Rising Star Challenge. 15 minutes to spare, guys. There still hasn't been any major moves. Giannis is predicating his shoe that represents the NASA sharing his shoes with Giannis. They could play basketball when they were kids. Thanks for sharing. Oh, that's nice. Don't get me wrong. I love the respect and appreciation Giannis has for his brothers, but they're wasting cap space the way they're going right now, fam. Oh, really? Every time Pat gets traded, oh my god, they be glazing the shit out of him. Pacers will send the Spurs future second round pick for Doug McDermott. So they get a decent 3-and-D spot up shooter that's still around the decent age. So Doug McDermott goes to the Pacers after his long stint over with the Spurs. Oh, my goodness. Dwah! So McDermott, under 15 minutes to spare. We get a quick move. Doug McDermott to the Spurs for a second round pick. I mean to the Pacers. Killian Hayes gets signed to the Spurs. Bruh. Atlanta's keeping no trade for DeJounte Murray. He'll stay at Atlanta. Yeah, DeJounte Murray is staying at Atlanta, people. Uh, DeJounte Murray will stay. DeJounte Murray is staying with the Atlanta Hawks. Wojnarowski just reported it, sadly. $17 million. Who's getting a oh, Marcus Morris back to the Clippers? Could be a possibility, knowing he's probably gonna get waived after the Buddy Hield trick. The Super Bowl. There's no best price seats over 5 bands for the Super Bowl, guys. You are paying a fucking mortgage to go to the Super Bowl. Do not do it. Unless you're Drake, don't do it. There is no way your best ticket should be quintuple your rent, people. Don't do this. Ridiculous. Super Bowl tickets are way too high, bro. That's not meant for fans. That's meant for just a high class. Fuck out of here. You're coming all the way to Kansas City, and you're already coming from California, a high tax area. That's on some bullshit. I apologize for my language, but that's just some bullshit. We're already under 15 minutes left. So DeJounte Murray will be staying. Doug McDermott, they get some depth. I guess they want TJ McConnell not to feel him out of place. No offense. Milwaukee. Milwaukee has just traded, are going to be trading Robin Lopez to the Sacramento Kings. Robin Lopez is expected to be waived and become a free agent. So what, the Milwaukee's just trying to get a second round pick or a young player? Brooke Lopez is going to lose his older brother that's literally been just making blooper reels when he can't catch the ball, when he can't rebound, because Robin Lopez hasn't played some meaningful basketball in years, bro. Robin Lopez hasn't been good since he was in Portland. I guess they wanted some draft capital, knowing like what's really is it financial compensation? Is it financial compensation? Well, Brooke Lopez is out of the is going to be reportedly out and then get bought off waivers. So you got it right there. Marcus Morris to the San Antonio Spurs with cash. consideration. They'll probably keep the second round. Marcus Morris is probably going to be bought out off waivers to the Clippers. The only pivotal player that's going to be used in this is probably Doug McDermott. And we're just 8 minutes until we head over to the end of the deadline. So Robin Lopez to the Kings. For what? Oh, yeah, it is cash. There's no way there's gonna be there's no way there's gonna be a second round pick involved. So Robin Lopez is going to the Kings for cash. Cold hard cash. So what's Robin gonna bring? What the King get out of this? They trade for a useless backup center that gets the bare minimum of minutes. Hell, if that's the case, get the yeah, Giannis is not gonna keep Thanasis. That's gonna be untouchable. It's like Damian Lillard has a higher probability of leaving Milwaukee over Thanasis onto Tacumpo unless Giannis is with him. A few more minutes, people. He still got it. Still waiting. He could make a move. Did not expect the Lakers to be so empty. No, no, no. Milwaukee's been getting rid of depth. 5.5 minutes, people. Korkmaz. Hey, Sixers got rid of Korkmaz. I'm happy, bro. I'm happy. OG's already the best trade we've got in years. DeJounte Murray stays in Atlanta. Brook Lopez leaves Milwaukee. Marcus Morris goes to San Antonio, man. Trade fodder. PJ Tucker's not going to be bought off waivers, possibly. But I'm probably going to see Daniel House Jr. and Marcus Morris on the Spurs on the Clippers in the next couple minutes, guys. And and it looks like Spencer Dinwiddie has been waived already from the Toronto Raptors. That's tough. That's tough. That's tough. They don't get to pay that bonus. Dinwiddie can still play NBA basketball, so I wonder what's going to be the. Yeah, he needs to. Yeah, Dinwiddie got to go back to the Mavericks. How much time we have left? We have around 4 minutes. Guys, this is a mini heart attack. Who's going to make a trade, dog? Dead ass. Six. Oh, Sixers trading Jaden Springer to the Boston Celtics for a second round pick has just been sourced. Jaden Springer is going to the Celtics. That's tough. Sixers need to cut. Yeah, Celtics need to cut costs, especially over the re-signing of Tatum. What's going to happen? 3 minutes, guys. We got 3 freaking minutes. Dinwiddie to the Lakers. Dinwiddie to the Lakers. Spencer Dinwiddie already got waived by the Raptors. What's going to happen? Oh, when's the buyout? I feel like the Sacramento Kings, Milwaukee Bucks. Damn. So anybody that makes oh man, deadline's nearly over, guys. We got 2 minutes to spare. Knicks made their moves. Bucks made their moves. Sixers, Celtics, Pacers, Sacramento Kings, even though it was only for cash. Trade. Trade. Who's gonna get traded? We got under 2 minutes. It's electric. Bogdanovich, Alec Burk, guys. PJ Washington got traded. We had like 3 waves already. Dinwiddie got waived twice. No, he got traded then waived. In a minute, in the last minute, who's gonna make a deal? S This has been an alright this has been an underwhelming but okay trade deadline. I was expecting some big stars to move. It's been rotation pieces. Toronto Raptors are keeping Bruce Brown. What? Yeah, time time flies, people. That been I think this closes up the deadline. Yeah, that's it, guys. That's it. We're done. We're done. And any team trying to contend, I understand it's probably late trades, but for any other player trying to make a that closes it out, people. I thought there was going to be a trade that would make me jump out my seat. Jaden Springer was the last trade for a second round pick. Oh, never mind. Just 50 seconds before Boston Celtics getting rid of Delano Baton to the Portland Trailblazers for a heavily protected second round pick. That's like a minute. We're just under a minute right after getting Springer, and they trade for a second round. Oh, that's a bit underwhelming. No cap. I apologize, guys. I don't know. We always expect more, but we forget that the trade deadline is also the money side of things in the NBA. So, yeah, Bruce Brown is not traded to a contending team. Possibly the buyout market would be exciting for certain role players. We know Kyle Lowry's still available. Killian Hayes gets waived. And the Suns get some pivotal pieces. This has been an all right trade deadline for certain teams that needed to make moves, and the teams that needed to make more moves, sadly, are going to stagger and stay there. Bruce Brown, the $23 million team option on Brown's contract gives the Raptors a lot of options this offseason. So that's why. So that's that's the deadline, folks. Go side to side. Here, like, yeah. Yeah, I'm shocked. The Lakers were pretty negligent this trade deadline. I know there's been injury history, and I guess that's to save face on the locker room side of things over the front office. But shocked the Lakers were pretty negligent this trade deadline, guys. I'm shocked. So that's gonna close it out. I'm not gonna try to stay here any longer. I wanna not try to arch my back because I don't have a reclinable chair here. So thank you for anybody that took the time, and we are going to be out until next time. Thanks for watching.